best we can.
One of Denver's longest running nursing homes is closing its doors.
A lot of people told me that they would stay with my mom until, the end.
Those living here now forced to find a new place, and fast.
It's just hard. It's hard, and I don't understand an October 31st deadline.
Plus, locking in the rates.
When I first heard about it, I thought it was a great idea.
Rising costs have one Colorado university freezing tuition rates for all students.
You're gonna get the deal, so sign up.
And getting a pay bump. Teachers in Jefferson County are getting a boost right before the new school year.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Shannon Ogden.
I'm Ann Trujillo, and we begin tonight with a Denver senior home that's been a part of the city for more than 100 years. Mullen Home in Denver's West Highland neighborhood is now closing its doors. Residents learned the news yesterday, and now they have 2 months to look for a new place to live.
Denver 7's Jason Grenauer spoke with a daughter now scrambling to find a new home for her mother.
I think it's unconscionable that they gave us that amount of time.
Doreen Rathburn is still reeling from yesterday's announcement that the home where her 96-year-old mother lives, the Little Sisters of the Poor Mullen Home for the Aged, will close its doors this fall.
To be displaced in that amount of time, it's difficult. I was devastated yesterday to get the news.
The home, which has been run by the Little Sisters since 1917, is closing after the group announced the need to withdraw from a certain number of homes in the United States as a result of many factors. Those factors weren't given to Rathburn or her mom Marjorie, who is immobile and has severe dementia.
Just says they'll start the transfer process and they'll give us paperwork and they'll keep us informed.
Rathburn said families were given to the end of October to find a new place to live. With her mom on Medicare and with her condition, she knows that won't be easy to do or easy on her mom.
So hard on her to understand it and to move her and, new surroundings.
The Archdiocese and the sisters said in a joint statement that they would work to help residents find a new place to live. Something that this daughter thought she'd never have to do.
A lot of people told me that they would stay with my mom until, the end, but it's just hard.
In Denver, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
The Archdiocese of Denver plans on taking control of the home and the property there in West Highlands in the fall. They tell us the Archdiocese is still determining next steps for the property.
Today, monkeypox was officially declared a public health emergency in the U.S., and this declaration allows the government to access additional funds and resources to help manage the outbreak. There are now more than 6,600 cases in the U.S., at least 6 of them involving children. Here in Colorado, we have 79 reported cases. CDPHE says despite this declaration, Coloradans should not be concerned about going about their daily lives.
This is not COVID. It's not so contagious that, you should be worried that walking by somebody in the grocery store is going to make you sick.
More than 1 million doses of the current Jynneos vaccine for monkeypox have been distributed in the U.S. An additional 12,000 doses have been allocated for Colorado.
She's wrongfully detained. Absent that, we find the sentence reprehensible in its scope.
Today, a Russian court sentenced WNBA star Brittany Griner to 9 years in a penal colony for drug smuggling. President Biden issued a statement vowing to fight for her freedom. Her lawyers plan to appeal. 4 current and former Louisville, Kentucky police officers who were involved in the 2020 killing of Breonna Taylor are now facing federal charges. Now, these are the first federal charges brought against any of the officers involved. The charges include civil rights offenses and unconstitutional use of force. Taylor was killed inside her own home while officers were executing a no-knock warrant.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has been ordered to pay $4.1 million to the family of a 6-year-old boy killed in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. For the past 9.5 years, Jones has been calling the shooting that killed 20 young children and 6 adults a hoax. An attorney for the victim's family says Jones will pay more money once the jury awards punitive damages. And this trial in Texas is only the first of 3 Sandy Hook trials that Jones is expected to face in the next few months. Colorado's first statewide recount in more than 20 years is now complete, and nothing much has changed. Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters has still lost her bid for Secretary of State. She gained just 13 votes in the recount, and she paid more than $255,000 to make the recount happen. Financial peace of mind is hard to come by for many families as the price of everything from groceries to gasoline continues to fluctuate. Well, at Metro State University, there is now some relief.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorne has more on the college tuition freeze that could really help Colorado students and their families.
For college junior Jess Figueroa, life is a balancing act.
I've been working 2 to 3 jobs while doing classes.
She's trying hard to minimize her debt load once she graduates from MSU Denver.
Definitely a challenge to say the least.
So when the university announced it was locking in tuition for all students, Jess was thrilled.
You want to take opportunities as they come, for sure.
MSU Denver President Janine Davidson says she and her team have been considering this for months.
There's a lot of negative narratives out there about higher education, that it's not affordable, that there's no ROI, and actually it's not true. But so many students are being told that it's out of reach, and we want them to know that it's not out of reach.
Here's how it works. First-year freshmen will get the same tuition rate for 4 straight years. Tuition guaranteed, not to rise. Current students will get a guaranteed tuition for up to 3 years, and all transfer students will get a guarantee up to 2 years.
And now with all this rising, inflation, cost of milk and eggs, much less gasoline, we want them to think, this is one thing that you can count on.
The model is not unprecedented. We checked about 1 in 5 public institutions nationwide offer something similar, including CSU Global, which caters to adult students trying to finish their degrees.
If you look at COVID and even the inflation, who's the hardest persons hit is those working adults. It's the ones with the families. It's one with the kids. This is, I believe, now our 10th or 11th year in a row in which we have not raised our tuition.
Time will tell if MSU Denver's new model will attract more students and how many will stay in school because of it. Figueroa, for one, says it's motivation to keep going.
When I first heard about it, I thought it was a great idea because, of course, the world always needs more educated people.
In Denver,
the data are pretty clear. If you have a college degree, you're likely to make $1 million more over your lifetime.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
So if you figure in the average increase of 3% a year for tuition, this could save students about $800 over a 4-year period. And right now on our website, we're asking you, is the price of college worth it in this economy? You can weigh in. 360 Your Opinion page over on thedenverchannel.com.
Jefferson County teachers have reached a tentative agreement with the district that will boost teacher pay. Under this agreement, teacher salaries would be set at a new range of $50,000 to more than $100,000. There are also improvements made to teacher contracts that would help protect the workload of teachers who work with students who need additional help. Members of the teachers union are expected to vote on this new agreement next week.
These teachers getting a nice big welcome back to campus before the school year begins. The Eagle Crest High School marching band and cheerleaders celebrated Cherry Creek teachers returning for orientation this afternoon with a full band salute.
Welcome back. All right, we are now at the midway point of 7 days to help end hunger, and your generosity has been amazing. You've already donated more than $1,300 in the hour. Of course, we could still use your help. That's why these people are standing by right now to take your donations. So Food Bank of the Rockies, boy, they know how to stretch a dollar. They can take $1 and pay for 4 meals, and that means every dollar can make a huge difference in someone's life. So here's the number to call if you'd like to help, 303-777-7492. You can also donate on thedenverchannel.com. Denver 7 Gives is matching the first $10,000 to this campaign.
I thought to myself, well, maybe I could make something of this.
Giving back to the nonprofit that helped give him another shot at life.
A Colorado man is raising awareness for his favorite nonprofit in the most Colorado way possible.
My goal last year was 1,300 miles, and I had walked 1,900 miles.
Plus, 2 teens let out some end-of-the-summer angst on nearly a dozen school buses.
And an officer who gave his life for others is honored in Boulder.
Eric loved this community, and now his sacrifice will not be forgotten.